Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray, brought to you proudly by Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Barton Power Sports, Sportsman's Warehouse, and Best Care Home Services.
Hey, welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on this March 31st. Yes, it is opening day of turkey season, and I am not in the woods today, but I do have in the studio with us my co-host, Dave Gabbard, and as he is working on his phone.
Kind of wrapped up in the wire.
And Gene Smith, of course, is here on this fifth Saturday. And this is bonus Wong. I mean, we have to bring Ron in for this segment because Ron, there he goes. There's Ron's on the road again. As Ron's music fades into there because Ron is everywhere and really a bang-up job at the Classic on Lake Hartwell. Ron made it over there, wasn't feeling really good, but you weren't going to stop Ron from going to the Classic.
No, not at all. And I have to tell you, what a Classic and
attendance
what a
records,
win.
147,000 people.
Absolutely, and I mean the arena there, Bon Secours Wellness Arena was jam full. The expo was so full. It was unbelievable. Go out and check those pictures on LROutdoors.com.
We got them
and you'll
covered.
see how crowded it was at the expo. But I have to tell you,
all right,
the man that won it,
Yeah.
the guy that you picked.
Is there any music to go along with that? You know, I did pick.
I have to tell you,
Everybody said,
and he was fishing one of the
Hey, yeah, there you go. There you go. The crowd's
most
erupting.
favorite ways I love to fish, and that's
He did it his way.
throwing a wacky rig, ocho,
Fishing the docks.
and fishing docks.
He knows how to do it. He did it what he had to do to win this thing back to back. Only the third person in the history of the 48 years of the Classic, and a couple other guys that we've had on this show aren't bad themselves. Rick Clunn and what's that guy, Van Dam, somebody from Michigan.
One of Jordan's teammates.
Yes, and Jordan Lee, congratulations, buddy. I mean, this has got to be. What do you say? I mean, it's been a little time to think, reflect on this, and let's talk about what it's been like for you.
You know, thanks for having me on again, and it's really just been a blessing. I mean, that's really when it comes down to. I mean, it's just to win a Classic is just it's so special. You know, I mean, last year it was just amazing. I was on top of the world all year. I mean, it was a blessing. And this year, I mean, it's the same thing. I mean, to win that tournament, I mean, a lot has to go your way. You have to put yourself in that position.
Yeah.
And you know, it was really the same scenario coming from behind like it was last year. I mean, it wasn't as big of a deficit, but I mean, it was a 7-pound deficit.
That's big for Lake Hartwell.
Well, yeah,
it's
from 15th to 6th the next year, you're in 6th place instead of 15th the year before. And so I guess next year when you go for the trifecta, you'll be about 2 pounds behind. You know, it just you keep,
that's what I'm hoping.
No pressure.
I mean,
no pressure. No, you're just making your fans nervous as everything when it comes down to it. But
it's just been it was a special. You know, this one meant more than probably last year, just because I know how hard it is to win.
Yeah.
And it just a lot of fun. Just happened to work out for me.
You know, you talk about it worked out for you, Jordan. One of the things that you've told a lot of people, and a lot of people know, you did not have a good practice, if you will. I mean, you found a few fish, but you really didn't have a good practice. Did that kind of help you just stay and milk and work an area real hard?
Well, I really, coming in this tournament, I mean, I had, I wanted to try to catch a few spotted bass because I
which you did.
I figured out they were target a little bit for me, and I could catch them a little bit quicker, and I started on those in the mornings. And the largemouth bite was really, it was here, there. There wasn't really a defined pattern that I could figure out. And when that happens, I mean, it was just covering a lot of water.
A lot of water.
And a lot of water. And I was doing something, the technique I was using, the Nico rig, the Ocho, and the other stick baits. I mean, that technique to me was the way to catch bigger fish. And, catching that I caught a 6-pounder the first day at about
Right.
11 o'clock. And that really gave me the confidence all week.
Well, yeah.
That was the way to catch the big fish and to get those kickers. And I just needed to find that right area when time comes. And I eventually did that last day. And that really, we always talk about, and as fishermen, you talk about the ones you lose and not the ones you catch.
Yeah.
And I'm no different. But yeah, I mean, I fished clean all week. I mean, I never lost any fish, and honestly, didn't really lose a fish all week. But one of my last stock fish, there was a 5-6 pounder, a 5+. We'll just say that.
Yeah, say that.
Under it,
Uh-huh.
And I could see these fish under these dots, and I made a perfect, so aggressive.
Yeah, you're breaking up a little bit right now, Jordan, as we talk. And again, we're talking to Jordan Lee, and we're having a little phone problems, but we're trying to work it out to get him in with us.
Can you hear me?
Got you now. Got you now. And
Yep.
you.
Yep.
So you lost that fish, and you and it was in the. So what were your thoughts going back for the weigh-in?
I mean, that's really all I could think about was
Yeah.
was losing that fish, and if it was going to cost me. And I got to see the bass track all this when I came in, so
Yeah.
I knew it was going to be close. I knew it was going to be. I was going to be right there, and luckily I didn't need it. But I mean, I'm sure every angler has that one fish that in the top 5 probably that could have, they may have saved or missed, could have made it or break it for you. And luckily, I got those bites throughout the day and then didn't need it.
Well, I don't think there's nothing luck. I think it was you're meant to do it, and you did it, and you got back there, and your brother's right in there. I think he was.
Matt came in, what, 7th place?
He was in the top 10.
Okay, 4.
Fourth place.
That's right.
Fourth place, and of course, Jason was right there at 3rd. He was a leader for 2 days, and you feel for the other guys, but at the same time, I've seen the video. You went bonkers, buddy. I didn't realize you could pump your fist that many times. So talk about on the stage. I mean, compared to last year, I wished I could have gone back and looked last year because you were pretty pumped last year. But I just felt like this thing was just an amazing event for you and all your fans too.
It was. I mean, just the fact of going back to back, and I knew. Last year I was just more in shock, than anything, and this year, coming in and seeing your name on the top of the leaderboard bass track. I mean, you just got a feeling that, hey, this can happen again, and it was just so close to say. So I mean, I was just, last year I didn't think there was any way. I mean, being that far out,
yeah.
I mean, it just doesn't seem real. But this year I thought.
There's a chance.
After I came in.
Yeah.
There's a chance,
Right.
and I know how big of how life-changing it is, and it just, it meant a lot.
Jordan, you can't fish like you do without some great sponsors.
Oh, yeah,
And the kind of equipment that you use. Talk a little bit about your sponsors.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, first of all, I mean, yeah, like you said, I mean, it's so expensive. I mean, what we do, and Carhartt and Ranger and Yamaha and Strike King.
Yeah.
Everybody Quantum. I mean, everybody plays a role. I mean, I have a long list of them.
You really do.
And I could list them off, but they really all mean equally as much as each one of them, and they all do a lot for me. So it's the people that I work with are amazing, and that really makes my job enjoyable,
and
outside of the fishing.
And I know that we've got a couple of minutes here, and we're going to talk to you a little bit more down the line, but 26 years old. Give me a break. I mean, going to Auburn 4 years ago, and now in 4 years you've done what no one has ever done in the history of the BASS. to win these classics at this age. I'm talking about 25 and 26 years old. Have you just thought about what you might do for a living when you get older? You know,
I'm still trying to figure it out, to be honest with you.
No, and before we talk a little bit about, you know, getting that degree was so important for you, and the example. I've talked to my friends at Plano. I've talked to my friends at Ranger. How about Lawrence? All those guys are talking about you being a role model. That's part of your game that you've got to really be on top of in where you stand now, doesn't it?
It really does. I mean, and that's one of the things that mean the most to me is being a good role model. And I was there, you know, not too long ago in high school and in college.
Yeah.
And, you know, I mean, I realized that, you know, everybody has dreams, and a lot of people have dreams and aspirations of being a pro angler. And, you know, just being able to be a good example and just show that it can be done, you know, with hard work and you know, like you said, getting your degree first. I mean, that was huge for me. I mean, that told me, you know, I could go fishing and give it a shot. And, you know, if it didn't happen to work out, you know, I had my degree, and that's what every young angler should be, you know, following that for sure, because it's definitely the way to go. And college fishing too is the way to go.
Absolutely. Well, and Jordan, you know, you have no pressure going into the season. And,
no pressure.
All the
He's
best
just
to
Jordan
you
Lee now.
at the Sabine River Tournament, and I'll see you at Kentucky Lake.
All right.
Sounds great.
And I
really appreciate y'all guys having me on.
Well, Jordan, just remember, Larry Ray, R-E-A, I'm the one that picked you. Okay, I mean, that's the way it goes, all right?
I know, you did pick me. I'm going to remember that.
You remember that, Jordan. All right, buddy. Have a great day. Thank you, all right? All right, let's take a break on Outdoors with Larry. We got Jordan Lee in. Thank you, Ron Wong, for dropping by and
always
sitting
fun.
in on that interview.
Always
and
fun.
Ron is everywhere, and what a nice young man, and just a great thing. So we'll be right back, and we're going to talk to someone right now that knows a thing or two about archery, and she's still in middle school. Be right back on Outdoors with Larry Ray.